Hi! Hey! Welcome to the lizard life! This is only the second video, so we're still figuring things out. But today, I thought I would tell you my favorite fairy tale from when I was a kid. The method I'm going to be using to tell this story was first introduced to me as being called Wide Mouth Frog. Hey, maybe. But I don't really like that name, so if you guys have any ideas for a name for this thing, let me know in the comments. That would be cool. It's a pretty silly method of storytelling. Might be a little bit creepy depending on how you do it. Either way, hope you enjoy! Once upon a time, there lived a baker with a wild imagination. He was always dreaming of a better life. Eventually, his daydreaming felt like his reality, and he started talking as if it were so. He started out with small lies. I actually have a large house far away from here. But the lies slowly became more and more wild. I once met a unicorn that granted my wish. Until finally, he told his greatest lie of all. My daughter can spin straw into gold. Eventually, the baker's outrageous tales reached the ears of the king. Now the king was a very greedy man, so when he heard there was a girl who could spin straw into gold, he had to have her. And when the king himself shows up and whisks you away to his castle, you have little time to think. The baker's daughter was taken to a chamber that had been filled with straw and the finest spinning wheel. Spin all this straw into gold by morning, and you will be my queen. If you do not, you shall die. Left alone with an impossible task, the girl wept. Suddenly there was a pop, and a strange little man appeared.
Why are you crying, young maiden?
The king has locked me up in here. He says if I don't spin this straw to gold, I shall die. But I don't know how to spin straw into gold.
I can spin it for you, but I'll need something in return.
The girl thought for a moment. I have this hair clip.
That will do.
And so the little man worked through the night. By the time the sun rose, the room was filled with sparkling gold. The king was very pleased, but his greedy heart wanted more. He took the baker's daughter to an even bigger chamber filled to the brim with straw. Spin all this straw into gold by morning, and you will be my queen. If you do not, you shall die. Feeling hopeless, the girl began to cry. Before her tears hit the floor, there was a pop, and the little man appeared once again.
Why are you crying, young maiden?
The king has locked me up in here. He says if I do not spin this straw into gold, I shall die.
I can spin it for you, but I'll need something in return.
This bracelet is all I have left.
That will do.
So the little man worked through the night for a second time. In the morning, the sun lit up the room with glittering gold. The king was thrilled, but still he wanted more. So the poor girl was taken to yet another chamber. This one was even larger than the last, and filled with straw from the floor to the ceiling. The king told her the same thing as twice before, and left her alone. Little man, I need your help. The king has locked me away again, and I cannot spin this straw to gold. All was quiet. The girl began to panic before she heard the now familiar pop.
I will spin this straw for you, but what will you give me?
The girl's heart sank. I have nothing left to give you.
Then I cannot help you.
Wait! If this room is filled with gold by morning, the king will make me his queen. Surely then I can repay you. The little man thought for a moment.
Fine. If you promise to give me your firstborn child, then I will spin this straw to gold for you.
The baker's daughter was shocked. How could anyone give away their child? But she was running out of time and couldn't see any other way, so she agreed, and the little man spun the straw and hummed to himself. The next morning the whole room shimmered and glowed as if it was on fire. The king was overjoyed and set a wedding date. With all the excitement, the girl forgot all about her deal with the strange little man. A year or so later, the now queen became pregnant and gave birth. She and the king were so happy and loved the child dearly. But of course, one day when the queen was alone, she heard a pop.
I've come to collect what you owe me.
The queen begged the little man to take anything but her precious baby.
I'll offer you one last deal. I will return up to 3 times. If by the 3rd you have guessed my name, you may keep your baby. Otherwise, it is mine.
The queen gratefully took the deal. The next day, when the little man returned, the queen guessed name after name, but none were right. The queen sent servants all over the kingdom to collect names. Still none belonged to him. On the last day, a squire came to the queen with a story to tell. I was in the woods when I heard a strange sound. I followed it to a small clearing where there was a little man dancing around a fire and singing to himself. Heidi ho and Heidi hen, I never have had children, but soon there'll be a prince with me, for I am Rumpelstiltskin. When the little man returned for the 3rd and final time, the queen stood before him and said she knew his name. The little man thought he was too clever and that she would never guess. Is it Reginald?
Nope.
Henry?
Wrong again.
Then surely your name must be Rumpelstiltskin.
Ne. How did you guess? You must have cheated. How do you know my name?
Red in the face and angry as can be, the little man cursed and spat and stomped around the floor. He stomped so much that he dug a hole deep, deep down and was never seen again. And that is the story of Rumpelstiltskin. This was so much fun to film. Eventually I want to act out the whole story. I think that would be a ton of fun, but that is definitely something for future me who has more resources. But in the meantime, this is what we've got. If you guys have any suggestions of other fairy tales or stories that you would like to see me tell in this way, let me know in the comments. That would be cool. And thanks for watching. I'm still not going to ask you to subscribe because I feel weird about that after just 2 videos. But yeah, thanks for watching and I will see you next time. Bye. This is actually very difficult. Why are you crying, young maiden? That was maybe good, actually.
Why are you crying, young maiden? Why are you crying, young maiden? Why are you crying? Why are you crying?